Okay, so today we are discussing this particular topic that, as per philosophy, what makes a good leader. Now, the thing with that we are going to be discussing, like I wanted to discuss about philosophy plus spirituality, but I realized that just via philosophy, there are so many things already said uh, about an ideal leadership. Now, when we talk about this particular thing, that what makes a good leader, philosophy doesn't believe in the idea of good or bad. And there are very less things you can discuss when it comes to leadership. One of the reason for that is that almost every other philosophy believes that there are no how to solutions to things and there is no prescription to things. There is different style to everyone. Like leadership itself is an art, but when you talk about that particular art, it can be different to me and it can be very different to someone else. And there is no, like there are so many leadership books and all which are about how to, but it's not at all about how to. It's really about things which are customizable to you, which are only your solution, might not suit any other leader. And that's what like leadership is. When it comes to philosophy, it doesn't talk about the how to's and all. It talks about the inner mastery, because people think that leadership is about what you can make your teams do, how your relationship with teams are, and other things that you do in external world. But today we are going to be talking about inner mastery, that what defines a good leader. And there are so many things. It's actually not about defining a good leader. There are so many things that can give you a hint that you aren't meant for it. And like during this particular video, if something offends you, so that means it's closer to truth. Like one of the things, biggest example, whenever someone is hurt by someone else's word, there is no physical harm that is done to you, but you're hurt. That if I call you a crow, would you get hurt? No, you won't, because there is no reality and truth aligned to it. So we only get hurt by things which are closer to the truth. And that's why, like any part of it during the video that hurts you and you are at a leadership position, then consider this as a fact that there might be a little truth to it and you can use it for better self-examination. Okay. And let's get into it. So the question remains that it's not about you being a good or bad leader. The question remains is that, are you natural at leadership? Like, is it something that is natural to you? And if it's not, then you're wasting your potential, because there is something else way more natural to you and you're just not looking at it. Now, one of the things that we talk about when it comes to leadership is that a good leader is usually, free from any kind of inner conflicts. There are no inner conflicts in them. There are no things where their courage is not growing, but their intelligence is growing. So let's say if there is a conversation that's supposed to happen with this person and it's a tough conversation, they are usually not in inner conflict because they don't have the courage to have that conversation. And that's one of the skills which makes natural leaders, because they have so much, and it's not about that they are courageous in nature. They have so much love for another person that they can hurt them without hurting them. I really hope that makes sense, because that's going to be another point that we are going to come across. But yeah, there is so much affection towards the person that they know that this particular thing of theirs is stopping their the team's growth or one of the employees' growth. I don't like using the word employee, so for this video we'll just use it as colleague. But yeah, their colleagues' growth, then they know that this is particularly something that is wrong. That is something that they can work upon, and they won't mind doing that. Another thing, they won't have any ego towards admitting where they have gone wrong. Like a good leader doesn't have a ego involved in conversations. It's never about not taking feedback. It's more about taking feedback. Like I know one of the organization leader who goes and talks to people and just once a month would ask them, what can I do in personal life or your professional life to make your life easier? And that is something which gives you idea that this is not something you are natural at. What are they, your team, is natural at? Because a good leader job is to find things which is natural to their team. Like finding things, like you might have put them in marketing role and or sales role, and they might be a killer customer service. If the thing is not natural to them, and if society, money, or any kind of trauma, or their their ego for applause have got them into this particular job role, your job as a leader to see is that, are they actually natural to this? Because the whole game is finding what is natural to you. If you're doing it out of motivation and all, you will fall back to your defaults. Another thing that I have seen, and what philosophy describes a good leader, is they have their vibration. And like cheerfulness is one thing which is there 100%, that you are a cheerful person, that you go and bring light to the whole room. And it's not about you go and do it physically. Even a mail or a message from you in the company group or something can create happiness in the person reading it. So cheerfulness flows. Okay, but that's not what I'm talking about. Energy and vibrations, how it works is, if it's never a case that I am saying bad about someone and that someone is not saying bad about me. It's always this thing. There is no physical limit of energy and vibrations. If you have hurt me and we have not, and I had my ego where I have not gone and corrected it with you, if I'm saying bad shit about you, you are also saying the same kind of shit about me. And that's how energy flows. Like if you're saying good things about people, not just because you're saying it, it's because you feel it. And usually the other party also feels that. And there are people who have this mentality where they love everyone. They cannot see bad in everyone. Not that they only see good in everyone, because when you're a compulsive good finder, then you always keep putting people across as a judgment, and like you are always judging them. When you go around judging people and try to find good things, you also will end up finding bad things. So it's not about judgment. It's just that you are unbothered by so much of stuff in life that you find only and only good things, or you feel love towards everyone. And that's how the complete team feels love towards you. And if you are feeling love towards 5 people and not towards 2 people, those 2 people are also hating you. So the vibrations and energy move across. Like it doesn't need a physical space to move across. That's another thing that I can say a good leader or a natural leader will have. They won't be hating someone. Let's say a decent leader likes their team. A good leader loves their team because they don't know any other emotion other than love. Another thing is that who is this leader serving to? At a point, we start feeling like we serve ourselves. And I don't know why people start getting this feeling that the team that is there, they are serving you, or the customers who are there, they are serving you by paying you money. And that's not how it works. Like people forget that the more organization grows, but you are always in a position to serve people. You are serving your shareholders. Your leadership is not a powerful position. I don't know why people think that. You are always serving your shareholders. You are always serving your employees. You're always serving your clients. And it's a position you take when you really like in a mode and feeling of serving, because there is no bigger blessing than helping people fulfill their desire. Okay, and that's what the role of a leader is. It was never about you being in a position and people work for you. It's never a case. Like, I don't believe in this fact that you can retain an employee if they want to leave, because you're retaining an employee the day they joined. Like it's never about last 20 days or their notice period and other things. You are retaining an employee the day they have joined. It's a feeling, it's a thing, but yeah, like you as a leader are always serving your employees, and it's never the other way around. It's never about customers also. You are serving your customers, you are serving your shareholders, you're serving a lot of people. So if you think leadership is a powerful position, no, it's a position where you literally have to go ahead and kill your ego. And philosophy is all about killing your ego. But yeah, that's what leadership is all about. Another thing that philosophy says about leadership is that vision of the founder. That non-duality teaches us this particular thing, that there are no separate selves. Everyone is equal, and there is just one particular energy that flows around the universe. But when it comes to your organization, when you see things as equally, you have a vision. Like a founder has this particular vision when they start the organization, and when they are in the leadership position, the vision is carried and there is an essence to the organization. When the leader comes and leader doesn't have the same vision of what founder vision was, the essence will die. The heart of the organization, that is something that needs to be same with all employees, with all people. Everyone wakes up in the morning and needs to know what are they working for. Is it the money? And there is nothing wrong with money. Like there is nothing wrong working for money. And if that is the vision and that is the ideal goal, to create a bigger organization, employ more people and create more wealth for not for you, But for every single employee, there is nothing wrong with it. But is it clear to people while they were joining in? Is it clear to people who are working over there? Is it clear? Like the organization, it's like, there is this particular line. If everyone is walking like this, you know, you see the distance between A to B is how long is it? But if everyone is walking towards one certain direction, the distance becomes shorter and there are less chaos in the organization. All the decisions are made as simple as that. Like one of the things is any kind of chaos that is there or any kind of conflict in an organization. If your goal is that what is good for clients will do it, regardless we lose money on it or not. If that is the goal, then all answers are same. Like even if you're not there physically, everyone knows that we have to do what is good for client. And if that is your goal, like you can have multiple goals. What is profitable can be another goal, that if it's not profitable, we don't want to work with such things. There are so many things, but yeah, the vision and the heart of the company, founder can have different. If the leader doesn't follow the founder's heart and the goal, it just creates more chaos and there is like unhappiness that drives in an organization. Another great thing about leadership is that the world is filled with people who have so many good ideas, and doing is what defines you. It's never how good your ideas are. That if you're a person who have given an idea in front of people, not even in team meeting, if you have said something, you need to do it. And that's how people see you. That's not how people see you on face, but consciously they know this thing, that this person says a lot of things, does very less of them. So if this person says 10 of the things, he does like 2 or 3 of them. And that's something that defines a good leader. That a good leader or a natural leader, I need to stop calling it a good leader. A natural leader will always say 2 things and might do 3 things. They consider that it has come out of my mouth and there is no self-conflict, because anything that they commit to, that I'm committing to this particular thing, they will do it because they don't know other way. Like doing is what defines them. It's never the ideas. It's never those, motivational speeches. And coming to motivational speeches, like humans are not monkeys. Like a good leader doesn't need to be a motivator. In fact, people who hire external motivational speakers to come and motivate your organization, that's not a good idea, because motivation doesn't last. It's inspiration that can last, but motivation doesn't last. If you're motivated about something, you might do it for 2 days, but you won't do it for 3rd or 4th or 5th day. So if I'm not motivated to make, P&L reports, I might do it out of pressure for first 2 days or 3 days. Then I might not do it because it's not natural to me. And there might be someone in my organization who might be liking that particular thing that is natural to them, and they might do it for life. Okay. And that's what the role of a good leader is, to recognize what is natural to people, because people will fall back to their defaults and they will leave work because they are going to be unhappy because they are doing things which are not natural to them. And that's what the role of a good leader is, to recognize that what is natural to whom. So another thing is that knowing yourself, that knowing is a major part. There is a quote around, he who has not known themselves will always try to control others. And that's where the controlling comes from. A good leader or a natural leader will have this kind of self-inquiry and self-examination on regular basis. Like, okay, I personally have been doing to find the toughest truths. And what I have found is that I might be a decent marketeer. I might be a good, basic leader and all. I might not be a very good entrepreneur, because there are things where it requires a ruthless, tough conversations. And I have avoided those kind of conflicts throughout my life. And I don't know if it comes from, being a people pleaser or liking people and all, but I have avoided those. And that's the biggest weakness I have towards making a good entrepreneur. And that's where I have started embracing the fact that I love creating new organization, new ideas, bringing them into place. Someone's brainchild I can execute and get them, because I personally think I'm a creator or a doer. If the idea comes to me that very second, I think I was working out and I got the idea of just today that I should make a video about it. And there can be a logic that maybe 50 people might maximum view it throughout life. It doesn't matter. It just came to me. So there must be a reason it came to me, and there must be a reason it needs to go out in the world. And that's what the role of a creator is. And a good entrepreneur needs to be complete. It needs to be, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva, a creator, a manager and a destroyer. And destroyer role I think I'm very bad at it, like where you need to become ruthless in conversations. So yeah, a good leader will know their weaknesses. They know that this is where ego is playing a game with me. This is where things are going out of my hand. This is where I know that I'm not. And the thing is, one thing they'll know for sure, it's not about becoming a good or natural leader. It's about becoming good at something that you do self-examination. And if you do it ruthlessly, you know that you're not natural at it. So if you're at a leadership position where you really feel that because it's not about your hard work, we'll come to that later, but they know that I am not driving the results I'm supposed to drive. They know that my team is not the biggest fan of me. I am living in this kind of world that I have created for myself in the bubble, and it's like that is not natural to me, and I'm gonna waste maybe few years doing the same thing which is not natural to me. And it's the whole journey of like one of the best life that you can do or get is that figuring out what is natural to you and then going ahead and living that life and mastering what is natural to you, because then you will get in the flow of things, and true happiness and true fulfillment is felt in the flow of things. Another thing is that a natural leader will not only be free from inner conflict because they are doing self-examination and all. They would not ever do something for glory, applause, credit, validation. If these things are very strong in you, then you are not natural leader. Like if you go around and tell people that how hard you have worked on this particular thing, that is something, then you're not natural, because if your end result is not speaking for yourself, then that is something that you're not natural at. That is something that you are not able to figure out till now. So that's where self-examination and self-inquiry comes in, that figuring out that particular part. One of the quotes I have read is that he who needs adoration and admiration of others is a slave, not a good leader. And that is something that always stayed with me, that every time I try sending some message or a mail or something, am I trying to please people because I'm trying to show off that what I have done in my life or what I am doing for this organization? That doesn't explain it. One of the things that I quite often say, that finding out things which are natural to you is not that complicated. Like, what are the books that pulls you? What is the kind of knowledge, podcast, and things that are pulling you towards? And I'm not talking about entertainment. I'm talking about any kind of thing, because like I can give you books, 10 books on business, but entrepreneurship is not natural to you, you will hate it. But if it's natural to you, you would not like entertainment more than that book. And that can be about anything. It can be about cooking, it can be about singing, dancing, whatever it is. If those are the kind of things that when it comes to gaining more knowledge, if that is naturally pulling you, then you are natural to that and nothing else. So last point, this is a paradox which philosophy gives us. The person who is qualified to lead has zero desire to lead. And that is something that always it's quite motivating to see, because desire corrupts your mind. When you're trying to be in leadership position, you're either desiring a power or applause from the world or some kind of glory and all. That is something not natural to you, then you wouldn't like it. So that's one thing that always common between multiple leaders. Yeah, so I hope that this particular thing helps and helps you see leadership in different light altogether.